John 6:22. Altera die turba quae stabat trans mare vidit quia navicula alia non erat ibi nisi una, et quia non introisset cum discipulis suis Iesus in navem, sed soli discipuli eius absent. The next day, the crowd, which was standing on the other side of the sea, saw that there was not another boat there except the one, and they saw that Jesus had not entered or gone into the boat with his disciples, but the disciples alone, his disciples alone, had gone off. This is quite a long verse that we've got here, but don't be intimidated by it. The grammar is relatively straightforward and simple. It's just a lot of words to chew through to get to our meaning. So first of all, we've got a temporal expression, altera die. You might be tempted to say on another day or on the other day, but this is the idiomatic way in Latin of saying on the next day, the day after, the second day, literally. Generally, the Romans didn't say dies primus and then dies secundus. They said dies primus and dies alter. Now here we have the feminine form of dies, which is sometimes used. We've talked about masculine and feminine versions of this same word, dies, before. If you look the word up in your dictionary of choice, especially one of the larger dictionaries, you'll find a note on its occasional use in the feminine gender. Altera die, on the next day, the crowd, and this is the subject of our verb vidit down here, by the way, the crowd, here's a relative clause, which was standing trans mare, across the sea, but probably we'd be best off in English to say on the other side of the sea. That is the side from which the disciples started and then were coming back to. They saw that, and this is a series of that statements. They saw that this, and they saw that this. So what does the first one say? So they saw that, and again, we would expect in classical Latin the accusative infinitive construction here, but we don't get it. That construction is not as common in Latin of this period as it had been before. So in the Vulgate, frequently we see quia used to introduce indirect speech, just like quoniam, sometimes quod, they all function this way. So they saw that there was no other boat, and a navicula is literally just a little boat. There was no other little boat there in that place except the one. Now, nisi una really is redundant to the sense here. If we said there was no other boat, that carries enough meaning to suggest what we need to suggest, which is there was just the one boat. But again, following the Greek text, the Latin makes this extra explicit. Navicula alia non erat ibi nisi una, no other boat besides that one. And they saw that, again, this is dependent, this quia clause on vidit, just like the previous one had been. They saw that Jesus, pluperfect subjunctive here, had not entered into, here we get the destination, he had not gone into the boat, in plus accusative, with his disciples, but instead his disciples alone had gone off. We could add in nave, in that particular boat. So they're trying logically to piece together what's happened here. They've seen that the disciples went off and that there was no other boat. So it's the same boat, same group of disciples. Jesus was not in the boat when they left. Jesus is in the boat when they come back. They're trying to understand how exactly all of that happened. They're trying to figure out the sequence of events here.